I'm Richard Banks. I've been reconnoitering the backs of beyond since the beginnings of modern adventure travel. Nonetheless, I'm daunted by AdventureLink, which boasts the world's largest database of adventure travel trips and outfitters. So I've combed through this dangerous catalog and picked out what I think are the top adventures for 2013. And I personally tested them all. 10. Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the Tibet of Africa with an average elevation of 8,000 feet and some of the highest peaks in the continent. It also is the source of the Blue Nile, running through the Grand Canyon of Africa and the Omo River in the south, along which some of the most intact tribal cultures in the world survive. It is the only country in Africa never to be colonized, and so the cultures run deep and untainted. 9. Bosnia. Sometimes good things can come out of war. Bosnia possesses what the rest of Europe has lost, as the country's natural resources were not exploited during the conflicts. The result? The cleanest water and air in Europe, the greatest untouched forest, and the most wildlife. The best way to experience is the Three Rivers trip, which pearls through the best the Balkans have to offer. 8. Zambia. Zambia is amazing. Not only does it have the largest game park in Africa, Kafue, walking safaris in the park with the most wildlife, South Luangwa, but it hosts the largest falling sheet of water in Africa, Victoria Falls, and the wildest rafting in the continent, down the Zambezi. 7. Rogue River. I've run most of the wild and scenic rivers in North America, and my favorite is the Rogue. It has thrilling rapids, stunning alpine scenery, crisp, clear water, beautiful white sand camping beaches, and a water slide to which Six Flags can only aspire. 6. Zanskar River, Ladakh, India. Ladakh, also known as Little Tibet, is a kingdom at the top of the world, in the throne room of the mountain gods, somewhere between mystery and imagination. The Zanskar, a river deeper and more stunning than the Colorado through the Grand Canyon, cracks the Himalaya like an egg. 5. Guangdong, China. Just a few hours north of Hong Kong or Macau, the belly of the earth has bulged, wrenched, and kinked in Danxian Mountain Park. There are spirits clad in emerald forest and red stone. Part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the nearly 70,000 acres of the park are nature's great sculpture garden. This otherworldly landscape, looking more like the contours of the moon than an earthbound park, is enveloped by a warm, humid climate, which helps conserve great stretches of subtropical forest. Within this sanctuary, more than 400 rare or threatened plant and animal species thrive in evergreen protection. 4. Nicaragua. Unthinkable not long ago to vacation in Nicaragua, but now, fully bathed in peace and blessed with preternatural beauty, it is a beginning blip on the adventure traveler's radar. Lago de Nicaragua, a lake too vast to see across, second largest in all the tropics, is now garlanded with eco-lodges, kayakers, and volcano seekers. Some of the best surfing in the world is on the Pacific coast. Once a political hotspot, now a hotspot of a pleasanter sort. 3. Egypt. There really has never been a better time to visit Egypt. I was there a month ago with my 5-year-old son and was delighted with the lack of tourist crowds and the overabundance of hospitality and service. Tourism, like the Nile, is lifeblood to Egypt, but visitors have stayed away with the news of internal politics, and so the country is moving smartly to bring them back with a wide welcome mat. The Library of Alexandria is a favorite, and the whole of the north coast, seamed by the Mediterranean, is opening up new resorts and activities. Now is the time for Egypt. 2. North Korea. North Korea has been closed to Americans for 60 years, but the doors have opened a crack. I recently led a group to the Hermit Kingdom, and it was like falling into a rabbit hole. An alternative reality unlike any other place on the planet. It is 80% mountainous and is strikingly beautiful, with parks similar to Yosemite and Zion. And Pyongyang, the capital, offers up the world's best preserved open-air museum of socialist architecture. 1. The best of South America. If there is a geography of wonder, it is South America. And it is now possible to stitch together the 4 greatest wonders of the continent, including Iguazu on the border of Brazil and Argentina, the waterfalls that make Niagara pale, Easter Island in Chile, where the origin mysteries still stir with giant statues that stare into an unknown past, Machu Picchu in Peru, the mystical hidden citadel high in the Andes, and the Galapagos Islands of Ecuador, the great living museum of wildlife diversity.